大家好，我是陈仁宜，去年是加州主计长的候选人。
说着一口流利的中文，讲台语嘛就练凳。
虽然是大部分拢讲台语，所以真欢喜会当来台湾几天啊。
他是台裔美国政策专家陈仁宜，去年底代表共和党角逐加州政府最高的财政监督官主计长一职。在此之前，身为移民二代的他，没竞选过任何公职，也并非出身在显赫的政治世家，完全是靠着一步一脚印打拼到今天。
For me, the challenge was having to build that network, and of course, I've spent many years in politics. I worked for Mitt Romney, I worked for Marco Rubio, I worked for a number of U.S. politicians over the years, but you have to develop your own network.
放眼2024年大选，共和党声量最高的候选人之一，前总统川普最近又把自己塑造成被政治猎巫的受害者，在社群平台 po 文预告将锒铛入狱，短期的确可能因此得到政治红利。
If he is arrested, there are some Republicans who will be more in favor of him because they feel like he is being unfairly prosecuted. They feel like it is the prosecutor from New York is considered to be very liberal. So some of these Republicans feel like it's somebody liberal attacking Donald Trump just because he doesn't like him.
同仇敌忾的不平之名，长远来看未必能帮到川普。
With people who are not Republicans, being arrested will hurt him, I think. Politically, it's going to make it much more difficult for him to be successful in a general election. Maybe in the primaries, when he's running against a lot of other Republicans, it might help him.
即便如此，川普在共和党内人约有30%铁票支持，而环顾民主党在年轻世代无法出头的情况下，不能排除之后一样会看到4年前老白男互相开撕的戏码。
The challenge for the Democrats is that there are a lot of other people who are younger who would love to run for president, but as long as President Biden is running, they're blocked. They can't run against him. It's not, in Taiwan, maybe the situation is similar, where if you have a sitting president, people from that party probably don't run against the sitting president. In the US, it's much the same way. So the challenge, what I've often said is that I think the only person that Donald Trump could beat is Joe Biden. I think the only person who Joe Biden could beat is Donald Trump. So they kind of need each other in some ways. So I think it's to Biden's advantage for Trump to be the Republican nominee.
但无论2024谁当家，外交政策尤其对中立场，在监控气球接二连三闯入美国领土之后，任何可能被红色势力渗透的事物，两党只会更严肃看待。
Both Democrats and Republicans are looking seriously at the possibility of banning TikTok, certainly from government devices, but more broadly, the so-called Project Texas, which is what TikTok has said they're going to create a separate company that will be American, that'll be governed by Americans. They call it, TikTok has called it Project Texas. I don't believe that Democrats or Republicans are convinced that that is going to be enough to offset the concerns they have, the national security concerns they have about TikTok.
金融方面要慎防矽谷银行 SVB 倒闭暴露的系统性风险，特别是对于资产相对较少的地区性银行，未来政府单位可能会出台更多管制措施。
I think there will be changes, for example, to requirements of what kind of assets banks are investing in. One of the challenges that led to SVB's end was that they were primarily putting money in longer-term fixed income, longer-term borrowing, basically. They were buying U.S. Treasury bills with very, very long maturity dates. And so one of the challenges that arose was that they didn't have any diversification in where they were investing. One of the things that you might see regulators focus on is requiring banks to have a diversity of investments.
SVB 主要投资的长天期债券更容易受到利率波动影响，这时候誓言打击通膨到底的 Fed 更要思考如何在不惊动金融市场的前提下，小心翼翼完成拆弹任务。寰宇新闻许丽珊综合报道。
请订阅、按赞、分享寰宇新闻 YouTube 频道，并开启小铃铛，及时掌握全球时事与最新趋势。